people. So anybody who has misconception in mind that we can do this against the Russians... But look at what America has done. You invaded Iraq, right? Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. You invaded Afghanistan. It had nothing to do with 9/11. You have invaded countries, you have changed. And I think I have disagreed with Donald Trump a lot of times, but I think Joe Biden is weak. Joe Biden is bloody weak. I think you need either a Trump or you need... Jen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Now, there is some update regarding sanctions. You know, the US had sanctioned oil purchase and those tankers, and India did it irrespective of the sanctions. Now, this is what it says. 3 oil tankers newly sanctioned by Washington regularly shipped so-called crude from Russia's Far East to Indian Oil Corporation, the country's top refiner, in recent months, according to ship tracking data from LSEG, Kepler and trade sources. The US on Thursday imposed sanctions on maritime companies and vessels for shipping Iranian oil sold above Group of Seven's price cap. So there was apparently a price cap of, I think, $55 or $65, something like that. And they've sold above that and countries have bought it. As Washington seeks to close loopholes in the mechanism designed to punish Moscow for its war in Ukraine. The Liberian flagged ships will hit with sanctions are the Kazan's Legovsky Prospect and NS Century, according to the Treasury Department. All 3 Aframax-sized tankers discharged Russian so-called crude oil in India in September, while 2 of them made a trip in October, data showed. In the short term, sanctions may reduce the number of ships carrying Russian oil and prompt India to seek supplies elsewhere, but they are unlikely to stop the trade altogether due to its lucrative nature. Several traders also declined to be named. The 3 vessels last year obtained safety certification from the Indian Registrar of Shipping. Now, there is a problem here, and this is exactly what Dr. Jaishankar said. You're telling the world from where the world can buy oil and not buy oil, right? So if you are against Russia, I'm telling this to the United States of America, then fight with Russia, defeat them in a war. You don't want people to buy crude oil from Venezuela, right? You have got your reservations about Nigeria, sometimes on off. You don't want the world to buy crude from Russia. You see, it's not like every country in the world is producing crude oil. It's not like that. So the problem is, where do countries buy crude oil from? Where do they get their energy sourcing from? You know, you've shut out everything. And this just leads to violation of sanctions, and then those sanctions have no validity or so. I think, you know, the way to deal with this Ukraine-Russia war, Russia has got a certain history. You've got to understand the Russian people. The more you pressurize them, the more closely knit they become. This is typical of Russian society. Typical. The more you put pressure on them, these people have seen deprivation of a very severe kind. They have seen mass deaths. They live in a place that is very cold and inhospitable, right? They don't have the kind of facilities that first world country. Maybe some people in Moscow do, but outside in far-flung areas in Russia, they don't have those kind of facilities. But yet, you see, and this has made them a very, very hardy people. So anybody who has any sort of misconception in mind that we can do this against the Russians, they'll not buckle. They'll just close ranks and things will get from bad to worse. The best case scenario is get the Russians to sit down, the Ukrainians to sit down, sort out the matter. You know, Russians had a provocation. They said that Ukraine is going to become part of NATO and then tomorrow you're going to have NATO tanks on our borders. So they had a provocation. You could have said right or wrong, this is not okay, you can't invade countries. But look at what America has done. You invaded Iraq, right? Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. You invaded Afghanistan. It had nothing to do with 9/11. You have invaded countries, you have changed regimes, you have installed dictators, you have helped mass murderers. So when you say that Russia does not follow rule-based order, then the world laughs. So, you know, I think take it easy and sort out this matter. Otherwise, this whole thing, you can't buy oil from here, we'll sanction it, it will not work. China is going to buy oil, India will buy oil, 20 other countries will join in. It is your sanctions that are getting violated. And nobody cares because people need oil to survive. They will buy it from here or there. Tomorrow they'll start buying it from Iran wholesale. What are you going to do? Let's say China sets up a refinery. It's already set up a refinery, right, inside Pakistan. They'll get all the crude oil. China will get all the crude oil from Iran. Millions upon millions of barrels. They'll get crude oil from Iran. And that crude oil from Iran China will refine inside Pakistan, and from Pakistan they'll send it to the rest of the world. They'll send it to China, they'll send it to the rest of the world. Then what are you going to do? So have a long-term vision rather than alienating countries. You've got to sit down and work with them. This is not the old America, the only superpower in the world. There are many new mini superpowers who are coming up, and they refuse to listen to the United States of America. So we also have Harvard professors who are defending Palestinians from the river to the sea slogan. And then they have asked management to define anti-Semitism. Now, so University President Claudine Gay, 100 faculty members have now sent a letter to the University President Claudine Gay condemning her for issuing a statement opposing anti-Semitism on campus. Right? Now, Claudine Gay made a statement. She said there should be no anti-Semitism. Apparently, 100 faculty members who are teachers, now they have said, no, anti-Semitism is all right. It's okay to openly hate the Jews and propagate hate against the Jews. All right? The open letter accuses her of bowing down to the interest of wealthy donors and alumni and was infringing upon the free speech of students. It defends the phrase from the river to the sea. I'll tell you, these academics have a problem. They have a very, very serious problem. Okay? They want to take advantage of freedom of expression and say nonsense. Yeah. That is what they wish to do. Say whatever. And you're saying that, Claudine Gay, who's the president of the union, they said that you have come under pressure from wealthy donors. Of course. How do you think Howard runs? It runs on money. Please stop all these intellectual gymnastics, freedom of speech. Everything runs on money. If the donors stop giving you money, Howard will shut down. If students don't pay fees, you're going to shut down. You will shut down. There will be no Howard tomorrow. So no, don't let this pride, this hubris get the better of you. Be a little more humble. And, if somebody say anti-Semitism is not okay, how is it that you are defending anti-Semitism in the heart of America? Howard is in Boston, yeah. How is it that in the heart of America, when I say heart of America, I don't mean center of America. What I mean is that, it's the heart of global academics, Howard. And you're saying it's okay to be anti-Jew, anti-Semite. So all these people defending this, first of all, what Howard says may influence people, it does not matter. Again, hubris. It does not matter what you say, what you feel, what you think, does not matter. But because you're Howard, the media will choose to cover it. It doesn't matter. Can you lift up a gun? Can you fight? Do you have money? You don't have a gun. You don't have a diplomatic say, right? You don't have money. You're just Howard. You're just using a brand name to propagate your propaganda. That's it. There is nothing else to it. Okay. Now, a terrifying map of New York City was shared by a pro-Palestinian activist group in which they marked businesses, newsrooms, and landmark buildings, appealed for direct action to globalize Intifada. Intifada is the Arabic word for uprising, rebellion, Intifada. Palestinian-led community organization Within Our Lifetime also appealed followers to target some technology companies' offices. Each of the locations on this map reflects the location of an office of an enemy of both Palestinian people and colonized people all over the world. Today and beyond, these locations will be sites for popular mobilization in defense of our people. See, this is exactly what Donald Trump was saying. These Palestinians are terrorists. And therefore, I refuse to make a distinction between Hamas and Palestinians. I refuse. They have marked buildings, commercial sites, offices, technology companies, and they are calling for direct action. These are fifth columnists. These are traitors inside America. Thank God we don't tolerate that nonsense in India. You do that in India and then you see the fun. Please do it. Please try something funny in India. Then you'll see the fun. We are also starving for entertainment. The World Cup is going to be over tomorrow anyway. But you can do it in America because there are, they allow such nonsense. There is a difference between freedom of speech and, you have to draw a line. Freedom of speech is not absolute as per the Indian Constitution. It has checks and balances. Tomorrow, you say, oh, this is a Jewish business. I have marked it on a map. And I will try and attack this place and call for direct action. Donald Trump was right. These people need to be identified all over the United States, all over Europe, and deported back to the dustbin, to the rubbish can from where they took birth and they immigrated to the United States. Each one of them needs to be identified and thrown out of the US. And I think I have disagreed with Donald Trump a lot of times, but I think Joe Biden is weak. Joe Biden is bloody weak. I think you need either a Trump or you need a Vivek Ramaswamy. Somebody who can say it like it is. Come out all guns blazing and clean out America. America will fall if you allow this nonsense to happen. Like Europe has already fallen, America too will fall. And you will have nowhere to go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Rashida Tlaib, member of a secret Facebook group where Hamas terrorists are glorified. So, she's from the Democratic Party, she's from Michigan, and is a member of the Palestinian American Congress group on Facebook. This group is hidden from non-members and does not appear on the platform's search engine. The group's founder, Maher Abdul Qadir, who has extensive links to Tlaib and has also been linked to other liberal politicians, has come under fire in the past for his anti-Semitic social media posts, including questioning if the Holocaust ever occurred. On 12th of October, one group member posted, "We don't want to throw you into the sea, we want you to ride it back from where you came." The message was accompanied by a picture of an elderly Israeli woman and a Hamas fighter holding her captive. So all these, like Rashida. Now, Rashida has taken American citizenship, or she was born in the US, I don't know. And now she's a politician, she's a Democrat, right? And these are the kind of hateful things that, you see, these guys will do it. Unless you have a guy like Trump, who can be absolutely vicious, because Trump, these people are lunatics, all of them, right? And Trump is a bigger lunatic. And only a lunatic can identify another lunatic and take him on and destroy him. Trump is crazy. He's absolutely nuts. And that is why you need Donald Trump. Because he doesn't care. He'll just throw them out. A member of the Congress, Democrats. What are these guys doing here? They're actually under the guise of freedom of expression and democracy. They're calling for the killing of Jews. They're calling for the killing of Jews. All because, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom this, freedom that. In their own country of origin, there is no freedom. So, because there is no freedom in Palestine, or because there is no freedom in Lebanon or any other, or most of the Islamic countries, most, I'm not saying all, in most, there is no freedom. So you come to America. Because America has a lot of freedom, a lot of opportunity, and then you corrupt America exactly like your own homeland was corrupted. I don't see the logic in that. So ladies and gentlemen, with this I'll end today's video. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.